It's okay! Encore's not afraid.
Hey, how are you doing today? Encore Sherlock came out a couple weeks ago, and I'm sure a couple of you guys are wondering how she works. Well, today I'm going to be going over Encore, her kits, and who she works well with. If you'd like to join me on future guides and adventures, be sure to like and subscribe. If you'd also like to win a giveaway, make sure to join the Discord for a chance to win a free battle pass on the day of release. I'll be giving them away on May 22nd at Twitch, so make sure you're there. Now let's get this started, shall we? So Encore is a 5-star character on the standard banner, and she uses the rectifier type weapon. She specializes in the fusion element and is the main DPS of the team. Her best in slot is the 5-star weapon Cosmic Ripples, because it gives her an additional 30% basic attack damage after 5 stacks, and it increases her energy regen by a following 25%. If you don't have that, her best free-to-play option is the 4-star augment, because it increases her crit rate by 20%, and when she uses her Resonance Liberation, which is her ultimate, it increases her attack by 15%. Moving on to her skills, Encore has her basic attack, which she summons Wooly for up to 4 basic attacks and causes fusion damage. After her 4th attack, she gets angry points, which are formed around her, and she uses them to deal more fusion damage for her 5th attack. For her heavy attack, she consumes stamina and causes fusion damage. For her mid-air attack, she consumes stamina and falls from the air to the ground, which causes fusion damage and also surrounds her with flames. For her resonance skills, which is her E ability, Encore summons Cloudy and Cosmos to attack the enemy with consecutive blasts. If you use her resonance skill again, then Cloudy and Cosmos will deal another consecutive damage, which not only causes fusion damage, but also knocks down any normal level mobs, excluding the bosses. For her Resonance Liberation, Encore is unable to suppress Cosmos and therefore has enhanced basic attacks, heavy attacks, and enhanced resonance skill. For her basic attack, she does 4 consecutive attacks with Cosmos Rampage and causes fusion damage. For her heavy attack, she consumes stamina and commands Wooly to attack the enemy and causes fusion damage. And for her resonance skill, she attacks the enemy with uncontrollable flames and causes fusion damage. Up next is her Forte circuit. She has 2 different abilities, however, Encore needs to build up her Dissonance, which is the bar above her health, and she can gain Dissonance by using her basic attack, her resonance skill, her intro skill, and her ultimate. For her first ability, when her Dissonance is full, if you use her heavy attack, then she enters a daisy state where she takes 70% less damage, and when she finishes charging up, she'll cast the Flame of Chaos, which causes fusion damage. What's interesting about this is the fact that this damage is actually considered a Resonance Liberation damage, which means a support like Zhang Xin can actually boost Encore's damage significantly. Her second ability is her holding her basic attack, which she also takes another 70% less damage, and when she finishes charging up, instead of casting the Flame of Chaos, she casts the Flame of Rampage, which causes fusion damage and is also considered Resonance Liberation damage. For her inherent skills, also known as her passive skills, she has the Angry Cosmos and the Wooly's Shear. For her Angry Cosmos, when she uses her Resonance Liberation, if she's above 70% health, then her damage is increased by 12%. For the Wooly's Cheer, when using her Resonance skill or her Resonance Liberation, Encore's fusion damage is increased by a further 15%, which lasts for 10 seconds. Finally, she has her intro and outro skills. For her intro skill, she falls from the sky with Cosmos and deals fusion damage. For her outro skill, when she leaves the field, there is a 3-meter radius flame that causes 200% of Encore's attack every 1.5 seconds, which lasts for roughly 6 seconds and causes fusion damage to the enemy. So now that I've talked about her abilities and what she does, let's think about what her full rotation looks like. So, the first thing you want to do is use her support and the sub-DPS to buff the main DPS. Second, you want to use her ultimate to activate Cosmos, which actually boosts her resonance skill as well. Third, you want to use her resonance skill to deal additional damage and activate her main Echo's 5-piece set effect, which I will talk about right after. And finally, you want to use her heavy attack to enable her forte circuit, which then deals a massive amount of damage. Now let's move on to some questions that you guys might have. The first question is, what is her best Echo set? So for the main Echo, I would recommend the Inferno Rider, which has a 2-piece set and increases the fusion damage by 10%, and their 5-piece set increases Encore's fusion damage by another 30% after she uses her resonance skill, which also lasts for 15 seconds. With the main Echo, here are some of her best sub-echoes. Alternatively, you can also use these other echoes to mix and match with her entire set. The next question is, who does she work well with? For the sub-DPS role, Mortefi is her best option because when he uses his outro skill, the next character gains an extra 38% heavy damage attack for 14 seconds, and he's a 4-star pull from GN's limited banner, so it shouldn't be too difficult to get him. For the support, I recommend Reina because she inflicts spectral damage, she heals the entire team, she prevents a member from dying, she increases the damage by 35%, and also does AoE damage to the enemies. Now, who should pull for her? Well, if you love the character design, and if you love the burst type damage, then go for her. If you're also okay with getting more Tefi and Verena, then they should be an insanely powerful team. Now, who should not pull for her? Well, if you're someone that likes to go for meta picks, then I would suggest picking Calcharo over Encore because of his insanely high synergy with someone like Yinlin and Reina. That's everything for me. I hope this guide proves to be more useful to you. If I helped you understand Encore's kit, then you can join me for future guides by liking, subscribing, and making sure to join the Discord to stay up to date on future events. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.